know.
Yeah. Did the SEC just tell me to fuck off? Is that what's happening here? What's going on? What do we got? What do we got? High rocks coming at me. I'm sure that's what this is.
Can you restart or refresh this thing? What's that?
Okay, let's see if it's back up now.
Put me back in. What was the original one? Houston? I could go to YouTube or something.
Down.
There was a network error. Please try again.
I say I go to YouTube. See if I...
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep streaming on the other channels. It's gonna be a YouTube kind of day.
All it down.
Well, I can experiment today. I guess if Twitch is down.
Yeah, it is what it is, guys.
That's what I'm saying. I can just experiment today and I'll be in fucking some other place. I don't know.
Do status.twitch.tv.
That's what I'm saying. That's helpful.
Rita, I'm cringing so hard right now. This girl is being misled and lost. She's like so lost right now trying to learn about stocks.
I mean, that's awesome, man. I'm just trying to get my shit up.
Oh, I thought you guys were still up. Huh?
No.
Well, I am. I'm on YouTube right now, but yeah, and Twitch doesn't want us to cross-platform stream because they're so reliable for all of the. No, come on, come on. What are we gonna do, guys? What are we gonna do? Jeff Bezos, huh? Come on, bees. Why you gotta be that way? What did Martini and I do? Everybody else gets to stay up, and you murk us? Not cool. Not cool.
I guess set it up for YouTube if you want.
Did you try every server? I guess.
Yeah, well, I've tried like 4 of them.
All right, guys. Took some additional trades. Portfolio currently is looking like I am evenly split across 5 tickers.
Did you try
So
all of them?
BTWN, Zemetica, XPOA, DGLY, and GoPro. So the timing on this, guys, is GoPro is probably towards the end of the week. DGLY, I'm hoping, is by the end of the week I am out of it. XPOA is by the end of the week. So 3 of the 5 plays are end of the week plays as far as my target goes. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back over to YouTube, everybody. We're setting records on YouTube. What's up? What's up with GoPro? GoPro is heading into their earnings, and people are expecting some much pump, much love. I think that's going on there. But yeah, guys, Zemetica will be a play into the end of March, so it's a little bit longer. Where's your sub badge? True. Right? Where my sub badge at? Where my emotes? I want to put a rocket emoji and a bear, but I can't. I feel you. How cool would that be? You get Google and Amazon to work along, and you can have cross-platform emotes and notifications. Never happened, but I mean that would be kind of cool. But yeah, BTWN is I'm not fucking leaving. I will hold that as long as I need to for Peter Thiel to send me my tendies in the mail. Zemetica is probably end of March, so it's a little bit of a longer hole, and then XPOA, DGLY, and GoPro are all hopefully by the end of this week I'm out. Hopefully. I'm going to keep looking at Twitch, though, just to see if it does turn itself back on. It doesn't seem to want to, but... Amy? Yeah? Something on Amazon? Man, oh man, oh man. What a day. I'm showing as offline on Twitch, huh? Rip. Everybody's got a different username. You got to figure out where everybody is. What did you say the entries were today? Those are all here. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm on the right screen. I'm not on the right screen, so let's go over to the right screen. Entries today, DGLY, GoPro, XPOA, and Zemetica are the entries for today so far. Who knows where we go from here, ladies and gentlemen? Who knows? But welcome to YouTube, ladies and gents. Cash App halted buys on AMC and Nokia because of the clearinghouse. Okay, interesting. I'm actually feeling really good. Looking at the holdings here, I'm feeling really good and really confident. So looking at this, guys, what I had said that I was hoping to do was to actually... Hello?
Sorry, may I interrupt and ask you something?
Yes.
I'm completely dead, so I was just gonna go somewhere else with it until they deal with it. What do you think? YouTube or Facebook? I have accounts.
Why not both?
YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube. Facebook's a meme.
I'll go there. Huh?
Facebook's a meme.
Well, they pay for content. They pay for copyright music license. I kind of want that. That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
But anyways,
bye.
I took your answer. I'm going.
Yeah. Did Mom ask you to ask me that?
Well, I just wanted.
Okay, well, you go tell your mom our barber is having a baby. Barber comes back, we'll go get a haircut. If that's what you want, dude, go for it. Love that little bugger. Love him. Can you stream to YouTube as a partner? Yep. Yeah, so my stream is monetized. I'm partnered, and I am monetized. So you guys just watching, I earn money off of the ads on YouTube. That is a thing. All right. Yeah. So, guys, when we started the year out, I did have a very clear strategy. I can see money moving back into SPACs here with BTW and the almost $1,000 today. So I'm pretty happy with that. Portfolio being down 1.6, that's a nothing for me. Portfolio is up to 117,000 on the account value. By the end of the week, I'm hoping to break past that 125 mark. That would be great. But the wins that I exited on today were also very, very good. $1,000 almost exits. So little by little, just incremental wins, right? Win, 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 win. As long as I can keep that up, where both exits today were wins, taking entries into positions that I think have really, really good potential. So that's definitely there as an opportunity. I'm not sure what's going on with Twitch. I'm sure we'll find out down the road. But when we started the year, guys, the strategy, the way that I outline my roadmap is to set targets with timelines. So what I'm looking at is trying to set up targets to break to 500,000, right? So I've already cleared one of the tranches that I had here, where the first marker was 100,000 by the end of February. I've blown through that. Here we are, start of February, and I'm already there. So I'm a month ahead. By end of April, I hope to, or by April 1st, I hope to be at the 200,000 mark. So that's the next goal. That's what we're looking at. I said I was going to take sizing of 5 positions at 20,000. But really where I'm at right now is 5 positions of 20,000 plus. So I do have 2 positions that are 20 grand, and then I've got a 21,000 and 2 26s. BTW, and I'm happy to have 26 grand in. I'm more than confident that that's going to continue to do what I think it should do. So no harm, no foul on that one. And then Zemetica, I think, is a play into the end of March. XPOA, DGOY, GPRO are probably into the end of the week. But really happy with how I'm sizing. I'm happy with what's here. If one of these blows up and goes away, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be just fine. But let's see what the chatter on StockTwits is looking here.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Twitch is still not responding.
Responding regarding what? Outages or being down or?
Oh no, I was just saying like everybody. I'm just like thumbing through our regulars and friends channels and stuff like that. Everybody's down. no one's able to be streaming right now except unless you have like a couple thousand, I guess, or you were just like a nobody. It seems to be like a really random possibility that you're down or you're up right now.
2 cents investment, really? Zemetica to 10? Yeah, so on your first FDA approval, bio is something that I traded heavily all last year. Typically on your first FDA approval, that's the price range that you, and I mean, that's ballpark. It could be 9, it could be 11, it could be a little bit higher, 14, 15. But when you get that first FDA approval, that's typically where stock price heads to. It's just the way that works. there is very little doubt that Zomedica is going to get their approval around their application. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. FDA. So we don't, because it's not for humans. There's no human trial pipeline like you'd normally be able to see. But projected FDA approval date is March, which is kind of cool. So if we go here, Zomedica.
GME broke 100, by the way.
What broke 100?
GME broke below 100, by the way.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Yeah, my options are still down on the day. They're down $20 on the day. Yeah, GME's down 57%, guys.
Yeah, you won't see anything until it actually gets really close to your strike, or you goes past it. I should take something with a higher strike. I'm such an idiot. I wanted that 100.
Zomedica. Okay. Okay. So let's go. Let's go here. So, first bit of news on Zomedica, guys. They have inked a distribution deal with Miller Veterinary Supply. So they signed an agreement with Miller Veterinary Supply for the distribution of Truforma. This is the drug that we're waiting approval on. Zomedica's first product planned to begin sales March 30th, 2020. So there's the date. Lock it, load it, leave it, love it. In my opinion, that's not financial advice to buy or sell. That's simply, I am running off of this DD. Miller will be representing Zomedica in states ranging from Texas to Maine, concentrated in the eastern and mid-east portion of the U.S. That's New York. Protected by approximately 70 issued and pending patents, the Truforma diagnostic platform uses bulk acoustic wave technology developed by Corvo to provide a non-optical fluorescence-free detection system for use at the point of care. Okay, so this is medical device. This is why you're not going to see pipeline. The next we have is it raises 40 million warrant to exercise, gains New York Stock Exchange listing compliance. So it is a compliant stock now. In order to retain compliance, it has to stay up above $1. So as we float here real close to this dollar line, the last thing that you're going to see Zomedica do is drop a offering. They can't afford to fall below that dollar line again. I thought you didn't like medical devices. I don't trade medical devices typically, but I do like money. And the potential on this one is massive. So I like money more than I don't like medical devices. What I don't like about medical devices, guys, is that the FDA approval process is different. Typically, you just get a yay or a nay. With this, away she goes. March 30th, they're going to start selling. So I'm okay with it. I'm already up $500 on the Zomedica position, so I'm okay with it.
You guys got to remember too that you might have your personal gripes with it, but like if it makes money, then
yeah. Also, guys, I adjust on the fly. So if you're newer to the stream, you don't watch a lot. People will come in here and I'll make statements like, "Oh, I'm going to hold this for 8 months, or I'm going to hold this in the Q4. I'm going to hold this for 6 weeks." And then on the fly, I can make a decision like this. Poof, it's gone. And there's a lot of confusion. But well, why do you do that? Well, I do that because every day we get new plays, right? XPOA is a ticker I had never even heard of until yesterday afternoon. And yet now here I am sitting with 22K in it because of the DD that I found. So I move very quickly. If I see opportunity, what I have been successful in is taking that shot when I see the opportunity and not waiting around for it to come back to me. And I mean, that's performing very, very well for me so far. I think the more that we see things like GME and AMC drop, the more we're going to see these traditional plays and these earning plays come back, which bodes really well actually for GoPro. It bodes really well for Zomedica. I think BTWN maybe a little bit. We're seeing people come back to SPACs, but BTWN won't really run for me until we get news. But that's where we are. I think we're getting back to some level of normalcy at the moment.
Oh, Millennial, I know you're not a big tech guy, but have you heard of the concept of Moore's Law?
I may have, but not by the name directly. So let's take a look.
It's the idea that as technology advances, like every year or so, transistor, like you can fit more silicon chips, transistors and silicon chips in
This
devices.
is the exponential evolution of technology. Yeah. Okay.
So these people were claiming from this LiDAR technology, right? Which is kind of very befitting, but they were claiming that because they had such advanced technology, they have a product in the market. They said that they're going to utilize Moore's Law to advance their product, and that they are essentially going to be profit. They said they keep using words like gross profit and stuff like that, but they said they're not going to be profitable till 2023. But it's the way they use Moore's Law that kind of concerns me, because they said that we're going to use Moore's Law to its fullest extent in those 2 to 3 years with the cash that we're getting from our current sales, and that eventually we'll show the LiDAR market how our digital LiDAR can trump all these things, right? I'm like sitting here thinking, is like, wait a second, so you're going to replace all the silicon chips and all the transistors and everything that you have, and you're just going to make it into digital, which means that you're going to make it code, but you need the silicon chips and the transistors and everything for it to like operate. So there's a weird disconnect here that, like, I'm not a big tech guy either, but like it seems kind of weird how they're basically saying, yeah, with the exponential exploitation of Moore's Law that we're going to do, we're just going to replace the silicon chips and everything that we need with code.
Sean, Moore's Law that's only half of it. So tech doubles, okay? So on the bottom half of this, guys, we're gonna have the tech side, and on the top half, we're gonna have the price side, okay? So where are we right now? 2021. 2021.
GME below 90 now. Or never went back up now.
Okay. So Moore's Law dictates that we are exponentially going to see increases, and an exponential curve looks like this, guys, where it consistently moves up and 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 up, and then it moves up to the point where it looks like it's vertical. This is how an exponential curve is going to work on the tech every 2 years. Well, it's not even every 2 years anymore. Even that timeline has been adopted by this curve. To the point where it's faster than that we're seeing that innovation. Meanwhile, the price, so this is your dollars up here, okay? The price on the tech is decreasing alongside to meet on that exponential curve. Now, the theory is that Moore's Law can continue, but most people that have seen exponential curves will tell you that this is not feasibly sustainable. You cannot continue to see an exponential curve like this continue to deliver. So what you're going to see from 2021 is, if this is the 2021 point where we're up here, what you're going to start to see is, instead of it being this upward scale, you're going to start to see this happen, where there does come a limit. I'm not saying that there won't be growth. I'm just saying that the growth is going to start to level and taper. And y'all can come at me with that quantum computing, yada, 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 but I'll believe it when I see it. And even when I see it, the scale of growth that we are currently at, that quantum computing is not going to be such a huge deal. Meanwhile, the price, where we see the price declining like this rapidly as the technology is expanding, as this curve tapers, so too this curve, and prices will stabilize too. So if I was to make a long term, and guys, that we are talking like the end of this graph here would be another 30. Well, we'll say it's less than that. We'll say 20 years. Okay, so we'll say this is 2040 over here. If you're looking for a really solid 20-year play, what I would be considering is the fact that with prices decreasing, this has, and we know stocks like AMD, MU, Intel, NVIDIA, right? We've got these plays that we like in a big way right now, but these plays become even potentially more profitable because of this graph right here, where prices, instead of constantly decreasing on their value, are going to start to stabilize quite a bit. So, yeah, he's predicting Moore's Law will end in 2025. So I mean, he's probably a wicked math guy that's got a lot more stuff. So are we live on Twitch again? Can you guys see me over on Twitch? Anybody? I see people putting in commands over on Twitch. So you guys can see me over there. Cool. If not, then I understand. And welcome to YouTube. But yeah. This makes a really great case, I think, for these companies long term, companies like AMD and NVIDIA. Now, am I going to hop into a trade on them? Probably not. But DGLY, Portnoy is out of meme stocks with a $700,000 loss. I've officially sold all my meme stocks. I lost $700,000. Vlad and company stole it from me and should be in jail. Portnoy jumped into the GameStop trade and cried foul when Robinhood limited buying shares in a host of stocks. He also got into a Twitter war with Steve Cohen. Reddit group of stocks is getting hit hard. With GameStop down 50% today, and silver is also falling. Now, what you will hear on CNBC today is, I told you so. You will hear them rallying around that cry of, we warned you this was going to happen. See, you were wrong, you were foolish. And the immediate response will be, well, that's not fair. You changed the rules of the game. You restricted buying. You did that. Guys, you can't bemoan what you think is unfair. The reality is what is. And you have to trade what is, which is why I exited all of those meme stocks and took my gains and moved on back into the real market. Because that, as soon as they started putting in these restrictions on what you could buy and you couldn't buy, I was fairly certain that this was the direction that we were going to go. Turns out, and I know that this is a bit of an oddity, but I'm going to say it, Millennial was right.
Yeah, to cap off that LiDAR conversation there, I think that it smells like bullshit to me what these people are claiming, because if they have such groundbreaking tech, why is this not news ahead of Tesla? Like,
yeah, no, it most definitely is. Yeah, if AMC goes back to $2, guys, then I'll look at buying it. Absolutely. Because what I think is going to happen is some revenge buying down the road, but I'm not. Where is AMC right now? Where is it? Let's be fair here. I want to talk in real numbers. So let's open this up. AMC currently 672. If AMC comes back down to sub $4 levels, I will look at buying. I will. Because I do not think that they are risky. Shall you do the hashtag? Please feel free to do the hashtag. However, if this comes back down to 2, I think that that's an overextension downwards on pressure from the sell-off. And I think that AMC has done a phenomenal job actually taking offerings when their stock price was way the frig up there. So now they've made all of this money on top of the $1 billion in debt that they've been able to recoup. I think at AMC at $2 is going to be really, really nice. If this comes down sub 4, I'm going to take a piece. I'm going to take a piece at sub 4. Am I going to trade this thing at 650? Nope. Not interested. Did GME take an offering? GME did not take an offering. What? Let's make sure that's true. I wasn't watching that close, so let's make sure that's true. Let's see if they dropped an offering.
Hell no. Why would they? They would have pissed off so many people. $80 million.
Nope.
$80 right now.
They did not. They did not drop an offering. And Sean, you're right. It is so dumb. It is so dumb. Because the responsibility, and if I'm GME's board, I look like a completely negligent board of executives right now, because I should have done that offering. Because my concern isn't for the stock price and the momentum on this psychology trade. My job is to ensure that my company survives, to provide long-term health and sustainability on my company. If your stock runs to $400, take the offering, dude. Take it. Take the offering in cash and run with it. But they didn't. And if I'm a long-term shareholder of GME, I'm gonna have something to say at the next board meeting. Somebody should be getting fired for that, for sure. Yeah, we like the stock. We like the stock. We like the stock. It's fine for retail investors. We should be doing that. But a CEO of an international company should have done better. AMC did it right. Yeah, absolutely. AMC did it right. Look at this. Look. AMC. Got to go back because there's so much news on this. Wait, did AMC not do an offering either? I was sure that they did it.
No, they did. Silver Lake converted their debt into stock for like a debt conversion. They did a debt conversion for stock, and Silver Lake sold the $600 million. Silver Lake took $600 million off of their debt sheet. So
they did one.
it was last week, 27th.
Yeah, there's an 8K here on the 28th. For those of you guys unfamiliar with this website, this is the SEC website. This is Edgar. It's a search tool that you can use to review this. AMC 8K. $600 million of the company's convertible secured senior notes, Class A common stock, at a conversion price of $13.50 per share. So they got $13.50 a share on this, guys. They did not get the 20 or the 18 or whatever, but they did convert debt notes at a rate of $13.50 to stock, which is phenomenal. That's great for them. $600 million bucks. Good job. Good job, CEO. And the beauty of doing it this way is, what headline did the CEO not have to put out? You didn't get the headline, AMC issues direct offering, or AMC issues offering, right? That headline never pops. Instead, you get this, where it's AMC CEO converts debt into shareholders. That man there has busted his ass this past year into multiple offers for a bankruptcy acquisition. He said, no, we're going to stay the course. I have confidence. I know I can do this. He found $1 billion in capital to invest into AMC. And is that debt? Absolutely. But it is going to push him through into Q4. And now on top of that, he's been able to take what was debt and convert it into $600 million of capital for them. And you have a new, not majority shareholder, but I mean a sizable shareholder in the company. This is great. That was a 5-head play by the CEO of AMC. That man deserves his bonus.
He was saying that like essentially Reddit did kind of save his company, because what had happened was that because they pushed up the stock price, all their debt holders just like, you know what, just give me the stock, give me the stock. And then they converted it. And he's just like, yeah, sure, why not? And then they were happy because they were selling all the way from like 13 up to 25. And Silver Lake made out with like an extra 200 million on top of their 600 million loan, which is even more bigger percentage, which keeps the lender happy, keeps the company afloat. It does benefits for the company. Like, this guy knows what he's doing, and he's basically earned his place. And he was also saying, to cap off the other point, he said that Reddit basically saved AMC because of all the pouring in from Reddit and everything. because they were able to do this share offering, it threw them a lifeline that when they desperately needed it, when there's no AAA titles coming out for movies, COVID, and all that sort of shit, and it just gave them the lifeline extension they needed to remove the biggest debts off their books, which is amazing. If you made out well with it on AMC, but essentially this is kind of like free market stuff that you only read about.
Yeah, I mean, did they do what was right for their company? Hands down, I have to say yes. I think he has done an absolute phenomenal job in what they were able to accomplish here. Do I think that they should have plugged this more, that they were in the midst of this? I don't think they needed to. I don't think that anybody is unaware of the fact that AMC was one of these tickers. I don't think that they had to address it. And I think him staying silent on it and not addressing it from a company perspective is actually to his credit, because what he does is he doesn't alienate himself from Wall Street bets, and at the same time, he doesn't take sides against institutionals. Him staying quiet is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. And what he did do was go, okay, how can I capitalize on this to better help my company perform? And I think that what he's done here, he has raised $600 million of capital. Yeah, Screech died yesterday. Rip. But yeah, today, guys, the daily P&L, I'm down 500 on the day. And that's largely looking like downward price movement from the massive run that GoPro had yesterday. But I'm still green on GoPro, so I'm okay with that decline. Zomedica is down 1,200 on the day. I'm still green on my position with Zomedica, so... it's hard to say with GME. Red Velvet, it's really, really hard to say with GME. Now, with... with AMC, I think that there is a case that it may not go back down. Like I said, if it goes back down to 4, I really like it. I really, really like it. And I will probably enter some margin to play it. I will probably look to acquire another 20,000 position if AMC comes down to $4.
Hell, if it comes down to $4, I mean, I want to grab back to my original share size and just keep selling covered calls on the thing. The IV on this thing is literally insane.
Yeah, guys. For me, I think long term it's just a really solid play. What I need to go take a look at right now, I should have done it while I was in there, but I want to see if DGLY has any filings today, because they were projecting that this was going to close. What's today?
I should tell Rita that. I'll be right back.
Okay, so is offering 3.2 million of common stock per value, blah, blah, blah. Common stock issuable from time to time. Warrant offers, blah, blah, blah. So this prospectus, guys. Yeah, Sam. On the SPAC, that's how that's going to work. Oh, Velvet, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I am sorry to hear that. Mark Cuban is still thinking GME and AMC could reverse. Again, guys, it has a lot to do with where the SEC finally comes down on the side of this. I would be very interested to see what the penalties will be and forward moving action will be on this. Do we have an updated short squeeze? Does anybody know that we got an updated Invis? Yeah, so short interest on it is just 39%. The short squeeze is done. This play is done. So I don't think that there's going to be a revenge play on this because there's no short squeeze here to be had. You're not going to short squeeze a position that's 39%, right? They may transition out of this into something else, but the short squeeze is done. Now, when we go over here, I wonder what this is going to look like. Did Wall Street bets lock down again? No.
I think what happened, Millennial, was that a bunch of money just came back, like that was leaving America, came back to play this thing, and then once they played it, they're moving back out now.
Well, thanks. So they are still claiming that they are seeing a recovery on this, on Wall Street bets.
I mean, it could literally be like that Bitcoin scenario where everybody was like all hype about Bitcoin and it just went up to 20K, then it came crashing down to like 10K or whatever, right? And then eventually it came back, but it's GameStop, so
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going anywhere. My wife rushed in to tell me something that was very important and has completely forgotten what it was.
come in and tell you that GameStop is back 90.
If that's what he wants.
What?
That's what he wants. You're not cutting my hair.
Well, James also wants.
Fine. I'm going to ask James that, though, before you cut his hair. My wife has had enough. Can I show my trades for the day? Yep. So entry on Zemetica, exit on ACB, entry on XPOA, entry on GoPro, entry on DGLY, exit on Mara, entry on Zemetica. Those are the plays so far today.
Oh yeah, speaking of growing weeds, millennial. Remember how I was trying to grow those spring onions and stuff, and I kept failing?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I'm always like, I never get the first or second right, but the third one, absolutely perfect. They're growing well. They don't have the sogginess as the previous one did, and they are. It was a two-pronged problem. I figured out what I was doing wrong last time. One was overwatering, and two was that they didn't work. They simply just weren't getting enough light. So
Yeah. There are certain ones that don't require light, tomatoes and whatnot.
we're talking about onions, not wheat. Okay, just so everybody knows.
But it's also legal for us to grow weed here in Canada, so we'd be allowed to talk about that.
Yeah.
I could have a pot plant sitting on my desk right now that's completely legal, so. We're not you crazy Americans. XPOA, guys. XPOA is a SPAC that is being run by let me see if I can find the news here. Eric Schmidt, who's the ex-CEO of Google from 2001 to 2011, guys, he is on the advisory board for this. He is speaking on Friday at a conference discussing SPACs and IPOs.
Was it you or Rita that showed me this? That said that the SEC was going to investigate SPACs going into this year. I know they had their hands full with the whole GME situation, but
I think that they have to.
because I remember someone in our group was mentioning something like they were going to investigate it this year because they came to such prominence and popularity. But yeah, no, I agree. I think they have to, especially with all the shady shit that's going on.
Guys, so for those of you that are unfamiliar with the term SPAC is a special purpose acquisition company. It is a company that does all the hard work and heavy lifting on the IPO process. They IPO their company. It's actually a little bit easier for them because they don't own a product. They don't own a company. Their whole company's purpose is to buy another company. But they do the heavy lifting on the IPO side. They IPO as a SPAC, and then that SPAC goes and purchases a private company. And instead of that private company needing to IPO, they just get to join the market and change the ticker of the SPAC. So this is a way to make a win-win where some companies that would consider some private companies that would never consider going into the public market because of the cost associated with doing an IPO are able to do so through an acquisition process instead.
Yeah, just money and red tape. Like the company that they're merging with already has listing, but they're just not a fantastic company, so they just buy it, get bought out by another company, and boom, they're listed.
So probably the most famous SPAC in the last year, guys, would be Space, SPCE. SPCE is Virgin Galactic. It was IPOA.
And if you're looking for infamous ones, there's one called Nikola.
I'm trying to take some hints here off of Eric Schmidt's page as to what it is that he is looking to invest in. But let's go here to show you guys the thought process that I got. So weekly, when I do my DD, guys, I do a weekly recap where I look at all the stocks that I took last week, and then I do DD for the week ahead. I do that every Saturday, typically from 1 to 4, okay? Let me search Catalyst here. One of the things that I do take a look at is the Seeking Alpha Catalyst, okay? This is an article that they put out every week on Friday, and it's looking at the week ahead. just gives you some idea about volatility, some idea about upcoming earnings, conferences, events, potential approvals. It's a really nice snapshot for me. It's not saying, well, you should just buy all of these positions that are on here and you're going to do quite well. It's stuff like Harley. Harley has its whatever, and it's going to reveal its strategic plan, and it's not doing well, right? Brookfield, it's talking about Amazon, it's talking about, there's all of these. When we got to Friday on this, where is it? No, sorry, I lied. It's Thursday. Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Thursday at 7:15, the former Google CEO Eric Schmidt will participate in the Information Future of Startups Lessons for Next Gen Disruptors in a conversation with the Information CEO Jessica Lesson. The talk will cover how founders are exploiting new and traditional capital opportunities, as well as a slew of exit opportunities in the world of IPOs and SPACs. So the former CEO of Google is going to be speaking at a conference about IPOs and SPACs. So what I did was I went Eric Schmidt SPAC. Okay. You guys keep saying mooning, and I go over here and it's $1. So let's see. Reese, cut that crap out.
I feel like we should just institute a rule where it's like, unless it's at least 10%, it's not worth really raising any pitchforks for.
Guys, let's talk mooning. Come on. I'll show you guys the chart. This is GameStop mooning right now. Look at this. Look at that. Look at the SMAs. They're chasing it. They're trying to keep up.
Nah, I don't look at any. I don't like to look at it below a daily.
Yeah, guys. So when you zoom in so close to this, right? If I just take this section here, sorry, I gotta go back a little bit more. Okay, if I take just this section here, it's like, holy crap! This stock's up $20. That's insane. This is amazing. Everybody all in. This is why I always recommend you pull out. Pull out game strong.
I thought your pullout game was weak, Milan.
Not when there's money involved. ACB's still going. Could have made more money on ACB. Could have made more money. Says the man with 8 kids. My romantic affairs and my portfolio are two very different strategies, ladies and gentlemen. I YOLO all into my marriage. I would never YOLO all in. Anyway, so saw this news here about the former CEO of Google speaking on SPACs and IPOs. My next question was, okay, how is he qualified to speak on SPACs and IPOs? Maybe he's attached to a SPAC. So I Googled that, and it took me about 2 seconds to have this article pop up from October. An ex-Uber executive joins the SPAC frenzy, and Google's former CEO, Eric Schmidt, is among its special advisors. So he's not on the board, but he's an advisor to the SPAC as to where they should go and what they should be a part of. All right? An ex-Uber executive is joining the special purpose acquisition company Craze, and one of its special advisors includes Eric Schmidt, an SEC filing showed. DPCM Capital, owned by Uber's former head of business, Emil Michael, seeks to raise $250 million in an IPO to acquire a company to the technology sector. Tech. Where do we stand on tech into the next year, ladies and gents? What do you think? Tech. Up, down, sideways?
An ever-growing industry.
I can tell you what Big Money thinks. What is it that's seeing? What is it that CNBC keeps touting as responsible for the recovery in the SPY? It's not healthcare. It's not retail. It's not consumer staples. It's tech. Other special advisors to this company are early Uber investor Shervin Pishavar and serial investor Betsy Atkins. $48 billion has so far been raised across 127 SPACs in 2020. So this is filed. It is out there. He left Uber in 2017. He resigned. He did not provide a reason for leaving the firm. So this is where I also got really, really interested, okay? Betsy Atkins, who serves on several boards, including the Las Vegas Casino Wynn Resorts. So remember, we're looking at a tech company, and now you've got somebody on the board who was with Google, somebody who was with Uber, and somebody who was with Wynn, okay? Gambling and sports betting is huge. It is a huge opportunity. There's a lot of money to be made in it. Traditional casinos have been hinting at they are considering doing something in that online gambling sector. That could be a potential play on this. I'm not entirely sure, but let's keep taking a look here. See if there's anything in the news on. So it's DPCM Capital. See if there's anything in the news lately. News. Okay, let's see what the news is. The scooter operators already were struggling when COVID-19 hit, robbing them of customers as the companies positioned themselves for a hope for post-pandemic rebound. Bird is nearing a deal for $100 million debt financing and is considered going public via SPAC. Rival Lime is branching out in mopeds and hasn't ruled out its own SPAC deal. DPCM Capital is listed on that. They're also listed in this, but they want me to pay for it, which I'm not going to do. Let's see if we can't get around this with headline.
Outline.
Outline, sorry. The first article was from The Information, which is where he's doing his talk. Oh, this one? Yeah, so this is the event that he's speaking at. He's the headliner. He's the big name. Marissa Mayer will be there too, but Schmidt Futures. Schmidt Futures co-founder. The plot thickens. What's going on here? Outline's not loading. Okay.
Here, throw me the link. I have that lined up.
Where? Let's go. Okay, it's in Discord. Tom has passed. I don't know who that is. Tom who? Oh, is this the vet? The oldest vet?
Oh, it's bugging out. It won't let me. It won't outline it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh well. That doesn't matter. Schmidt Futures. So this is the company that Eric Schmidt is currently co-founder of. Proud to announce Rise. What is Rise? It's a scholarship program. Okay. What do you do? What do you do? Young talent who want to work on the hardest problems are work. Newsroom. Looks like he's involved in green energy. Yeah. Lately, it looks like in a big way he's looking at green energy. That could be really nice.
GME halted.
Oh, really? To the downside?
No, upside. It's at 120.
We go again? Guys, this is a typical increase in volume that we see around noon.
I know valuation's dead and everything, millennial, but like BlackBerry for the full self-driving, whatever security thing that they're doing, whatever. Wouldn't that make them aptly? Well, wouldn't that actually justify a higher price on BlackBerry than where it was before? I mean, at least like $10-12 around that area for the time being, because they don't have any. They said the technology's like it's waiting. It's just waiting for it's waiting. It's just waiting for the EV sector to catch up.
Yeah, but I mean that narrative has been around for a long time. A long time. Is this the dead cat bounce? Is that it? This is the cat's back? I always love the TA analysis, especially on these stocks, guys. You know, it's always a good time when you see that, right? TA on this shit. What I'm seeing here is the Barren Valley formation. Typically what happens here is we see another outward extension like this, which means that you can't really do anything until you reevaluate for uncertain future. Guys, the big that's total bullshit. None of that is real. The biggest issue that I have with TA, guys, is this. In the market, okay? In the market, if you are trading on TA, what is your edge? What is the edge? I know my edge in FA. I know my ability to read a headline and from that headline to do several different plays. That's my edge, my ability to read between the lines and find plays. What is the edge on TA? I'll give you a hint. There is no edge. Right, there is no edge. So edge denotes something that somebody else cannot do, right? Or very few other people can do. With TA, you are all looking at the same chart. There's no inherent edge there. And most of the patterns that are out there, there's Pinterest boards full of patterns and candlestick recognition, and it becomes a game of memorization. And the reality is, are there people that can do that? Yeah. But if we're really going to trade successfully on those patterns, you're going to have to be the fastest first to pull the trigger on identifying a pattern successfully, consistently, that lots of other people haven't already identified. Even worse, you've got computers that are out there analyzing that, right? They're analyzing for those exact same patterns across thousands of tickers. The concept in my mind that you have any edge against the massive firms and algorithms and softwares out there that are doing the exact same thing, analyzing visible patterns on charts from historical price movement, isn't an edge. You don't have an edge. The Market Wizard book, guys, that are on my reading list. Market Wizards books, it's really, really intriguing. Because when you listen to these Market Wizards books, the people that they have on there, robots are only active on FX trading. I'm sure that's all that they're active on. So those Market Wizards books, what is really interesting is the sorry, people messaging me questions here. These TA traders would come out of their degrees, their finance degrees, their economy degrees, their business degrees. They would come out into the real world. They would hit the market with their TA, and within a year to 2 years, all of them have reverted to, or all of them have evolved or changed into FA traders. They have abandoned TA on the basis of there is no clear defined edge to it. So they move on. They move on to something else where they have been able to define an edge, which is fundamental analysis. And some of them do quantitative fundamental analysis where they're breaking through earnings reports and financials and market cap and the like. And the most successful ones in those books are the qualitative fundamental analysts, the ones that are able to look at it. And it's not necessarily that there has been an earnings report or a financial report or an SEC filing, but they're able to read between the lines and denote a price movement on a stock based off of social response to it. It's a big deal. Big deal. So for the day, guys, we are now green. We were down 3%. Started day. It is now green on this portfolio. Biggest winner is BTWN. Zomedica is starting to give up its losses and come back towards the green. So that's looking really solid.
Well, anyway, do you think we're gonna do a podcast today? Because I wanted to go to Costco for the past couple days, and
You'll have to ask Martini. I don't think so,
fuck.
but you'll have to ask Martini.
Okay. Rita says no.
There it is. Enjoy your Costco shopping, sir.
Yay, Costco! And if anything happens, let me know.
Okay, I'll ping you. Sava, OCGN, Eric, MBRX.
Oh, my! I'll halted again. 137.
Yeah, I see it. Mark Cuban says younger traders are not going online to read SEC reports. Says they are watching videos. Funny, what did we do today? I'm fairly certain that we have been in already looking at SEC reports today. I would disagree with Mark Cuban on this. Yeah, I think Mark Cuban, I disagree with him here, but that is what it is. Guys, I just realized it is 11:30. I'm long since past when I normally get off here. So huge thank you for everybody, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube that has been watching, guys. You rock. I'm going to drop the link in for Martini Rita over on YouTube. She is streaming on YouTube right now. So you guys head over there. If you're not already subbed to her, do that. If you're not subbed to me here, please do that. I will be back on Twitch tomorrow morning, so long as they don't keep us locked down. I'm not sure what happened there, but hopefully we are back tomorrow on that. So have an amazing day, guys. I am out of here. Take it easy. Please make sure you subscribe if you are on YouTube right now.